The Oklahoma Sooners land a super veteran in Casey Thompson in the transfer portal. And guys, I want to hear from you guys on this. Does Oklahoma now have a quarterback competition in the spring, or is this exactly what we think it is? It's going to be Casey Thompson playing backup to Jackson Arnold in Oklahoma's inaugural season in the SEC. Want you guys to join the discussion. Let me know. But this is big news for Oklahoma. At least they got a win on the transfer portal when it looks like some other things are not going their way. Guys, before we dive into it, before we talk about what kind of impact this is going to have on the Sooners going into the 2024 inaugural SEC season, I need to hear from y'all. So again, join the discussion. If you haven't already, hit that like. And for the 67% of you that watch my videos and then come back and watch them again but are not subscribed, guys, do me one thing. Just check the box. It's completely free to you, but it really helps me out a ton. All right, so Oklahoma lands, and we're going to call him a super veteran because he's getting his 7th season. This is his 7th year in college football. It's crazy to think about that. Casey Thompson is, yes, the son of Charles Thompson and the brother of Kendall Thompson, who played for Oklahoma in 2011 to 2013. And Casey Thompson he's been around the ringer. He's been around college football. He's seen the landscape. He was there for Steve Sarkisian's first season with the Longhorns in 2021, where he actually won the job and was kind of a part of that collapse where Caleb Williams absolutely went out there and dog hunted Texas out of that game. And then, well, you guys know the rest. That was a bad season for Oklahoma. But Casey Thompson had a really good year that year. And you look at his time around college football. In 2021, he had 2,113 yards, 24 touchdowns, only 9 interceptions. And then in 2022, he had, at Nebraska, 2,407 yards, 17 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. And then this season, he suffered an ACL injury at FAU where he only had 509 yards, 5 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. So obviously, Casey Thompson did not have his best year this year. But if you're an Oklahoma fan, you are excited to get Casey Thompson on campus. And the reason why is you've got Jackson Arnold heading into his true sophomore year. There's not a lot of experience in that quarterback room. Davis Bevell hit the transfer portal. He's gone. You've obviously got General Booty, but do we really know what we have in General Booty? Now, you got Brandon Zerbrug and Michael Hawkins coming in through the recruiting trail, and although those guys bring very different skill sets that I think are going to be helpful for Oklahoma, and they are definitely going to be fighting for backup quarterback, maybe even trying to push Jackson Arnold in the quarterback competition in 2025, I think you see Casey Thompson as a preferred walk-on for one that comes in and he's able to kind of teach the young guys, right? Get them integrated in the system, but help out a team in a state that he grew up in, a team that likely he grew up loving because I'm assuming because his dad was the former quarterback here and his brother was a former quarterback here, you would imagine that, hey, he probably likes this place, right? So he gets an opportunity to come in here and he gets to help Oklahoma. And this is a big deal because I'm going to be honest. If Jackson Arnold goes down, there wasn't a whole lot that you thought of that quarterback room, maybe outside of Jackson Arnold. So Casey Thompson, it's not something that's going to like throw you off the paper. It's not a 5-star quarterback. Casey Thompson was a former 4-star out of Newcastle, Oklahoma. Actually, he was a really highly rated player. He had over 24 offers. He was the number 14 dual threat quarterback, 291st player in the country, according to the 247 composite rankings. But, I mean, you look at it, and this is a really good piece for OU. Now, looking at some other transfer portal things, Lance Hurd, guys, where I thought Oklahoma was going to win that battle, I'm kind of off of it now. I think Tennessee's going to win it. I think the bag's too big. And I mean, here's the deal. Like Oklahoma's not going to pay for players like that in the transfer portal. They might on the recruiting trail, but they're definitely not going to do it in the transfer portal. You saw that Oklahoma lost Terrence Ferguson to Florida State, the former Alabama offensive lineman. So the question is now that a lot of OU fans are going to ask, what's next in the post-Casey Thompson transfer portal? Well, you're probably waiting until spring when other guys hit the transfer portal, unless you've seen the Alabama players hit the portal from Nick Saban's departure, right? And really, some of the guys I'm looking at there are obviously the 5 stars, but I don't think a lot of them are going to hit. I'm looking at like Edric Hill, Jordan Renaud, but more so Edric Hill, right? Because I think that's one that Oklahoma could have landed if they would have really buckled down and recruited him in the 2023 cycle. So, guys, I want to hear your guys' thoughts about Casey Thompson transferring to the University of Oklahoma. Join the discussion. Do you think he's going to push Jackson Arnold for that starting spot, or do you think he's just going to be a good rotational backup for Jackson Arnold?